Tapu mai whio tō tahi o tō, o ko whio tō tō tono. So tapu heni kia holewa, grandma. Ko tapu heni kia se tuatai whanui, scaly. Pea whoki ki amata mai koe ni, lo awa pehe whoka shone. Ko tapu heni kia Susi, pehe whoka sepa, pehe whoki ka ana. Ko tapu heni kia Meki, pehe whoka lela hoa siki. Matthew, la tai, ana kofe, la siki lo whaka tamaki. Kai atape ke o whai haki pōpō ki e gospeli o ahoni. Ko tomo tuku heni a whamalo, na whawhetai lahi ki o toa mawhi. Ko hi ko ni tahi mo oi ko whai. Ko ne awhatai whiwhi manako. Kia te ao pehe whoki ki tau tōru honi ko toa whamini. Malo eki ke ka penfo lau. Tau me he wike lotu. O mai ki e sapa te koe ni. Nongo koe whangata ako hoko ki mamani tai nini. Nge koe vesi a papaka ni tai oha ko mai eki. Ko iai, malo api ko heni kia scaly. Ihe wawa ko whai. Teki scaly, ke o lava o tu o whaihaki i pōpō. Ma oni ma asisu ka asi. Ihe wholo a honi. Thank you, Scaly. Mo whamalo heni I family just again. Mo ahe lotu, me kotoa. Whiwhia he tau whakataha mai ki a honi. Ma lo family ko lava tau. Ki polo kalama ani po. Even though today is a new day, I just want to say yet again, whamalo apito ko lava. E tau whakataha ani po. Ko iai family, ko ahoni, I whai haki I pōpō no ki he gospeli. O koha I Matthew. Pea ko koe whamole pe grandma pe whakam whaniri. Tō ngawe aki pe lea whakapitania. Koe gospeli o e honi. Hoko pe me he gospeli na e whai e lo lini. Nga popo e lo lini me he sapate ko osi. But nako pe naka, I wasn't here. Nako ta kake o mao e au. Ai popo na e whai e lini. It is a continuation today of Jesus in Matthew chapter 22. But I he tala no a honi gospeli ko Matthew. Wahe wa ves hangafulu manima. It's Jesus outsmarting the people again. So I he tala no ko ani. There are some kakao disciples, kakao falesi, kakao mumui o helota. So kids, today's verse is talking about is Jesus talking to a crowd again, and in this crowd are not only the people who are following Jesus, but also these disciples of the Pharisees and some followers of Herod. So they tried to blend into this multitude that Jesus was talking to. Last week, we were talking about the parables. Jesus was talking about the parables of the kingdom of heaven and the other parables. But today it's talking about, today is Jesus he's a smart man. And I'm going to tell you why. So in our verse today, Jesus is talking to the people. And the Pharisees are the spiritual leaders. And then King Herod, who's the followers of Helota, they're more like political. So they actually don't like each other, but they're coming together because they're trying to outsmart Jesus. So in this verse for today, 15 to 22, they started by praising Jesus. They started by saying, "Oh Jesus, you are." They started giving him praise that you always do what's right by God. You're never fili like you're not beveyua. You're always doing what's supposed to be right for God. And how important you are, and how honest you are. Sige tali asisu, os ilo asisu foki e na whakakaukau mo oni, I he whehu I nai whai. they asked him in they asked Jesus, and they were trying to blend in with the crowd, and they started by praising Jesus. After that, they asked him, is it lawful, is it okay for us to pay our taxes and duties to Caesar? And Jesus already knew. Jesus already knew their true intention, and he asked them to bring him one of the coins. He called them out and he said to bring them a coin, and it's a denarius, which is but in Tongan gutenali. So they brought him this coin, and they said, who is on the coin and whose name? And on the coin is King Caesar. It was King Caesar, and he said, give Caesar what is Caesar's, and give the Lord what is the Lord. So give Caesar what is Caesar, and give God what is God. So that's the Talmud for today. And these two groups of people, the Disciple or Kafalesi and Mumui or Helota, they were trying to outsmart Jesus. But in today's lesson, we learned that Jesus already knew their true intention. And behind this fahui that they asked. In English, it says, he perceived their wickedness. He saw right through them, and he knew their motives. This is not the first time that the Pharisees tried testing Jesus. They also tried testing him in Matthew 12:38. And everything belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. In our psalm today, the very first psalm, in our psalm, Samehiva, the first saying says, God is the king. So Jesus outsmarted them when he answered them, saying, and then whatever is the Lord's, you give it to God. Talamai Samevahe Valuhiva. Same Valuhiva, Ves Homofulmataha. Opu o Ailangi, o Foki Ifonua, Go Mamani, Mohono Mahu, Go Ho'ofokotu Ubeya. So in this psalm alone, everything belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. And in this Etale Sisu, in today's how he answered them with wisdom. But also he outsmarted them. Because the true intention of the Pharisees and the followers of Herod, they were trying to put him in a way that that would make him unlawful. Because if you say anything against Caesar, they can lock you up. Okay, so the way that Jesus answered them, he outsmarted them because he already knew, and he knew that their true intent was to harm him and to throw him in prison, to give them a reason. So when he answered this by saying to give Caesar what is Caesar and to give God what is God's, they weren't justified to put him in anywhere. They couldn't arrest him because he didn't speak against Caesar. But if we see, if we look at the mind of Jesus and how he answered the people, even though they were wicked and unlawful, and how they try to come and persecute Jesus, he already knew. Even though they try to blend in with the crowd that were trying to listen to Jesus, he already knew. So the importance of today's Gospel family, Kiateao. In my understanding, my first thought was everything belongs to God. Everything is God. He had created everything in his image, and nothing that we create belongs to us at all. Everything is God's. And in the way that Jesus handled these wicked people, I try to learn from it. And so today's gospel is very important. And when we're faced with these kind of questions, even today, stuff that goes against is either this or God. It's just important. And not only that, but that we can be educated in the Bible so that we know how to reply to people, hange ko sisu e honi. So just to recap what today, kids and family, in today's verses 15 to 22, it's two groups of people who blended in with Jesus, the crowd, and they were trying to test Jesus. So basically what happened today is Jesus answered them. He knew their heart, but he answered them with so much wisdom. And this wisdom is godly wisdom that I can only pray for through the Holy Spirit. And I just hope, family, that one day if we are ever tested with these kind of questions, or tested with this from people who don't believe or try to persecute us, that we can and just reply with wisdom, with godly wisdom. And the only way with that godly wisdom is the Holy Spirit and ta'akufola in the Bible. And so that we should read up so we can be like Jesus and tali how he saw right through them and knew their intent. Because today people are really wicked and they will try to attack Christians and they will try to attack us spiritually. That's why it's not really a physical war. It's not a skin war. It's a spirit war, a spiritual war. And manatu'i, we are the soldiers of Christ. And when we're faced by these disciples of the Pharisees of today, and our followers of Herod, those kind of people today, and tali with the wisdom that we can only pray for. So, Goya family, for today, I just pray that we can be like Jesus and learn from him. And his mindset and his wisdom, that hopefully one day if we're ever faced with an issue like this, or and then answer with the godly wisdom. I pray if you guys didn't get anything today, family, I pray that we just read the gospel for today, because that is the only thing that is important. Don't forget follow up. Because Goy Mahino, it might not be here. You're Mahino. So that's why I asked family, get our nofpe follow whatever is written in Matthew today. Popo. That is my honey. Get up, please, nofpe hair. Follow. Get out to Magatu or Tali Haneko Sisu. Malo, amen. Go follow him, get